Margaret, a woman in her late 70s, had lived a full life filled with love, loss, and everything in between. But as she lay in the hospital, weakened by illness, she knew her time was running out. There was one thing she wanted more than anything: to see her estranged son, Daniel, one last time. They hadn't spoken in years, their relationship fractured by misunderstandings and unspoken words. But now, with the end in sight, Margaret's final wish was to reconcile with the son she still loved deeply. Margaret's closest friend, Evelyn, understood the weight of her final wish. After speaking with Margaret, Evelyn took it upon herself to contact Daniel. The phone call was difficult. Daniel was reluctant, his voice tinged with bitterness as he recalled the past. But when Evelyn mentioned that his mother's time was running out, a long silence followed. Finally, Daniel agreed to come, though he made no promises about what would happen. Daniel's journey to the hospital was fraught with conflicting emotions. Memories of his childhood, both good and bad, flooded his mind. He remembered the warmth of his mother's embrace, but also the pain of their last argument. As he drove through the rain-soaked streets, he questioned whether it was too late to heal the wounds that had festered for so long. When Daniel arrived at the hospital, he hesitated outside his mother's room. The sterile smell of antiseptic and the beeping of monitors filled the air. Gathering his courage, he entered the room to find his mother frail and pale, her eyes lighting up as she saw him. The tension was palpable as they exchanged awkward greetings. Margaret's voice was weak, but her words were full of emotion as she expressed her regrets, her love, and her longing for forgiveness. The conversation that followed was filled with tears and heartfelt confessions. Margaret spoke of her deep regret for the things left unsaid, the misunderstandings that had driven them apart. Daniel, too, found himself opening up, sharing the hurt and anger he had carried for so long. As they talked, the years of estrangement began to melt away, replaced by the warmth of a bond that, despite everything, had never truly been broken. As the night wore on, Margaret's strength waned. She held Daniel's hand tightly, her voice barely a whisper as she thanked him for coming. The moment was bittersweet, filled with both the pain of impending loss and the comfort of reconciliation. When Margaret finally closed her eyes for the last time, a tear slipped down Daniel's cheek. He stayed by her side, holding her hand until the end, grateful for the chance to say goodbye. In the days following his mother's passing, Daniel found solace in the memory of their final conversation. Though the pain of loss was still fresh, he felt a sense of peace knowing that they had made amends. Margaret's final wish had been granted, and in fulfilling it, Daniel discovered that it was not just his mother who had needed closure, but he himself as well. The impact of that final meeting would stay with him forever, a reminder of the power of love, forgiveness, and the importance of seizing the moments that matter.